Good morning, students. Today we are going to study a new topic, that is bioremediations. So bioremediation, it is from the paper 2, that is PSEVS 402. You know that paper 2 is environmental biotechnology and nanotechnology. So paper 2 is environmental biotechnology and nanotechnology. So under this environmental biotechnology and nanotechnology, we have to study the unit 1, that is environmental biotechnology. So unit 1 is environmental biotechnology. Under that, this subtopic, that is bioremediation. Bio means life and remediation means removal. So where the organisms are used for the removal of the contaminants which is present inside the air, water and soil, they are said to be the bioremediations. So here in this picture it is said that these are the organisms normally. So these are the organisms which are present in the field or natural area, and these are the organisms which are present in the laboratory. So it is said that, oh dear, I didn't realize in the field would be like this, and we should have stayed in the laboratory. From this picture one can say that here the organisms feels themselves very safe in the laboratory as expected to the natural or their native place, or that is soil or water or air. So even the organisms, they feel themselves very safe in the laboratory rather than their natural places or the habitat. Now coming up to the topic, that is bioremediation. So what does the definition says? The use of living organism to transform, destroy और immobilize contaminants. हम ये क्या करते हैं, यहाँ पे ऐसे organisms का यूज़ करते हैं, जो ये organism क्या करते हैं, what they do, या तो वो लोग को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर देते हैं hazardous टू नॉन hazardous फॉर्म में, या फिर दे यूज टू डिस्ट्रॉय द कंटामिनेंट्स और इमोबलाइज करते हैं द कंटामिनेंट्स. सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट use of living organism to transform, it is not only the destroy but also to transform, destroy or immobilize contaminants. It is said to be the bioremediation. So what is the main goal of bioremediation? Why we used to go for the bioremediation is that detoxification of the parent compounds and conversion to the product that have no longer hazardous to human health and the environment. So by this method, we can say that by adopting this method, one can remove the contaminants from the particular site. Not only remove the contaminant but also it detoxification is done of the parent compound. जो भी parent compound है उसमें detoxification किया जाता है. So it get converted to the product. ऐसे product में convert किया जाता है कि this product is considered to be has no hazards. This product has got no hazardous effects to the human health. ये product का कोई भी hazardous effect human health पे नहीं होता है. That's why you must go for the bioremediation. So what is the main goal? That is we are converting the contaminants into a non-hazardous form so that it should not affect the human health. Next, coming up to the forms of bioremediation. So normally two types of bioremediation can be practiced. One is in situ bioremediation and another is said to be ex situ bioremediation. So from the name itself says that in situ means on its on its own place. On its own place. So remediation, this is the technique which is used on the site, and the remediation which is practiced off site means you can say that where the wastewater, consider water wastewater is present and this wastewater is to be treated. So these wastewater are taken to a particular tank and then there the remediation process is continued. So that process said to be the ex situ, where the source is different and the treatment process is done somewhere different. So you can say that the bioremediation, it can be forms can be seen in two forms, that is in situ bioremediation, when the bioremediation technique is practiced on the site, and when the bioremediation is practiced off site. So what are the again bioremediation, in situ types of bioremediation? It includes bioventing. It includes bioventing. It includes in situ biodegradation, biostimulation, biosparings, bioaugmentation, and natural attenuations. I know that all these topics are very new to you, but this concept is already taught in the second semester, which has not gone through your ears, because of the pandemic you don't have to face the examination in the theoretical way. You are just passed to the, or you are promoted to the third sem. So but in the second sem all these concepts were there, or you can say that introduction of the bioremediation was done. So in this semester we are going to see it right from the beginning. So what is bioremediation, what are the bioremediation techniques, what are the different forms of bioremediation, and we are going to see this point one by one. So by this we are going to see each and every point in detail. Means what is mean by bioaugmentation, what do you mean by in situ biodegradation, why do you mean by biostimulation? All this topic we are going to discuss it one by one. And ex situ bioremediation, it includes the land farming, composting, biopiles, and bioreactor. You must have heard about the bioreactor. So bioreactor is a type of reactor in which the organism is grown, where the environmental condition which are required for the organism is supplied. So consider if you want to grow an algae. So interested algae, if you want to grow it, so you have to provide all the environmental conditions necessary for the growth of that algae. Consider you are going to grow the Cara. Consider this Cara has gotten certain medicinal importance. So in order to grow this Cara in a artificial conditions, where all the temperature like factors like pH, temperature, substratum, etc. has to be considered, and then they are grown. So ex situ bioremediation is a type of remediation which is practiced, or this technique is practiced on, or you can say that off site practice is done. That includes the bioreactor, composting, land farming. You have already heard about the composting. So composting is again one of the example of ex situ bioremediation. Next, forms of bioremediation. One more form you can find it out, that is phytoremediation. From the name itself it said that phyto means plant, where plants are used for the removal of the contaminants. Remediation means what? Removal. So what do you mean by phytoremediation? Phytoremediation is the use of plant naturally. We are They have got the ability to degrade or remove the toxic chemicals and pollutants from the soil or the water. So what do you mean by phytoremediation? Phyto means plant and remediation means removal. So by means of growing the plants or by means of using the plants we are degrading the toxic chemicals or the pollutants which is present in the soil or the water. It can be used to clean up the metals. So phytoremediation techniques, it is used to clean the metals, clean up metals, not only metals but also pesticides, solvents, explosives, crude oil and other contaminants. So you can say that these are the certain contaminants which may be present in the soil. So if these contaminants like pesticides, solvent, explosives, crude oil, if they are present in any type of the soil, water or the air, this can be cleaned by means of the plants, normally in case of the soil. So if any type of contaminant, if they are present in the soil, that can be removed by means of phytoremediation. You know why? Because plants can grow only in the soil, and if the soil contains the contaminants, then can be easily absorbed by means of the plants. Next is in situ bioremediations. So we have already seen the three form, that is in situ bioremediation, ex situ bioremediation and the phytoremediation. So phytoremediation is totally a different concept where plants are utilized for the removal of the contaminants. But in case of the when the organisms, bio means organisms, when the organisms are utilized for the removal of contaminants, they are said to be bioremediation. So normally this bioremediation can be divided into two. They may be in situ and the ex situ remediation. So today we are going to see the in situ bioremediation in detail. So we have already seen bioventing, the first process which is included in the in situ bioremediation, that is bioventing. What do you mean by bioventing? It is one of the most common approach in soil. सॉइल में नॉर्मली ये टेक्निक्स का यूज किया जाता है वेयर एयर इज सप्लाइड एंड न्यूट्रिएंट वाया वेल. एक जो वेल है, वेल का जो पानी अगर अच्छा नहीं है या फिर उसमें खूब कम अमाउंट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट है, तो उस वाटर को एयरेट करने के लिए, मतलब हम क्या करते हैं कि एयर को और न्यूट्रिएंट्स को पानी में मिक्स करते, अवेल करके देते हैं. तो दिस इज वन ऑफ द प्रैक्टिस दैट इज बायो वेंटिंग एंड टेक्स द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ इंडिजीनियस माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. कुछ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म की मदद से हम क्या करते हैं, मेक दोज वेल वाटर इनटू अ नॉन पोल्यूटेड फॉर्म ऑफ द वाटर. Next is the in situ biodegradation. What do you mean by in situ biodegradation? It is supply air and nutrient by circulating aqueous solution through the contaminated soil. कोई भी contaminated soil में हम क्या करते हैं, या फिर contaminated soil में हम क्या करते हैं, air और nutrient की supply देते हैं in the ground water. Next is the bioaugmentation. So it is one of the biosparing. It is normally not discussed in your topic, so I left it. But bioaugmentation is a topic, you must know it. So it is again a form of in situ bioremediation where the addition of indigenous or exogenous microorganism, मतलब यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं हम कुछ organisms को ऐड करते हैं यानी लिमिट टू यूज कंपटीशन एंड नेसेसिटी और कंपटीशन के अनुसार ही ये ऑर्गेनिज्म का यूज किया जाता है इन ऑर्डर टू रिमूव द कंटामिनेंट्स फ्रॉम द वाटर. So it also in situ bioremediation normally it includes the bioventing, it includes the bioaugmentation and it includes the बायोस्टिमुलेशंस. बायोस्टिमुलेशन मतलब क्या होते हैं ऑर्गेनिज्म ऐड किया जाता है कंटेमिनेंट से पोल्यूटेड वाटर में या पोल्यूटेड सॉइल में और उसके बाद क्या होता है कि ये जो ऑर्गेनिज्म को ग्रो करने के लिए ये कंटेमिनेंट्स रिमूव करने के लिए जो स्टिमुलेटिंग थिंग है वो उन्हें प्रोवाइड किया जाता है. कंसिडर organism is mostly active at pH 7. So pH 7 is provided for this organism and then this organism they used to stimulate their action and by means of this action they can you can say that remove or transform the contaminant from the water. So here we have seen in the in situ bioremediation, that is bioventing. So I said that in case of bioventing we used to supply the air and nutrient in the well. So here we can see a well. So here in this picture we can see that the airflow is or air is supplied as well as the nutrient is also added to the given वाटर. ये वेल का जो वाटर है उस वाटर में अगर कंटामिनेटेड है तो उसमें हम क्या करते हैं पानी सॉरी एयर एंड न्यूट्रिएंट हम दोनों को सप्लाई करके हम क्या कर सकते हैं makes the soil makes the water more usable form. This is said to be biosparing. It is not given in your syllabus. Next is the natural attenuation. You know that natural attenuation or intrinsic bioremediation is one of the form of the in situ type of bioremediation. And natural attenuation means what? हर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म को एक बायोडिग्रेड में कंसिडर फंगस द मेन work of the fungus is to degrade it. So certain organisms which can degrade they are utilized and they used to do their work naturally. So for this you know there is no need of providing certain you can say certain environmental condition required for their degrading capacity. So using this degradative capacity और indigenous microbes without additional enhancement. हम वहाँ पे क्या करते हैं organism छोड़ करके बाकी का कोई भी enhancement factor उसमें add नहीं करते हैं. They used to do their work naturally. That is why they are said to be the natural attenuation. So today we have seen about the main topic, that is the bioremediation. So you must know what is bioremediation. Next, what is the main goal of bioremediation? Main goal क्या है bioremediation techniques अगर हम follow करते हैं तो what are the different forms of bioremediation? अगर हमें remove करना है कंटामिनेंट्स तो कौन कौन से तरीके हैं जिससे हम रिमूव कर सकते हैं तो डिफॉर्म्स में भी इन सिटू एज वेल एज द एक्स सिटू. Next is the forms of bioremediation and one more, that is phytoremediation, where plants are used to remove the contaminants from the soil. Next, coming up to this sub under what are the different types of techniques which are used inside the in situ bioremediations. So mostly here you must know bioventing, bioaugmentation and natural attenuation. So bioventing, natural attenuations. So the next lecture we are going to see about the ex situ bioremediation, and then we are going to continue for the phytoremediation. For today, this much is enough. See you tomorrow or see you on Monday with the or next lecture. Thank you. Thank you for watching.